you're in a relationship, especially at the beginning, it's really easy to get triggered. Relationships are our biggest teacher. They expand us and they help us grow as a human, I believe. And knowing what I know now about the law of assumption, I have managed to, when I get triggered, not blow up my relationship, which I have done in the past. So in the past, this was after my healing journey, after I did a lot of self-discovery. I didn't sleep with anyone for 4 years. That's another video. And then I met someone and I thought, wow, this is it, my conscious relationship. And I am going to tell him every trigger. I'm going to tell him every time I feel like my wounded soul has been hurt, and that's going to be great. And no, it wasn't. Don't do that. Biggest advice ever. Also, therapists tell you to do that. Don't do it. Men can't deal with it. I'm not saying don't bring up anything, but don't bring up everything because it's just a drainer. So basically what you're going to want to do when you get triggered. So you're going to get triggered. They're going to say something. They're going to be mean. They're going to, trigger you or hurt you. I know the word trigger is triggering for some people. They're going to do something that's going to make you think, what? And you're going to want to either send the massive text or you're going to want to yap and tell them that they're wrong and that was a mean thing to say. And probably, maybe it is the mean thing to say. But we have to remember that men aren't as emotionally intelligent as us, as women. They just aren't. They don't know how to regulate emotion as well as we do. Sometimes I think a lot of women can be quite insane as well. Sorry, but it's true. What you want to do before you send the text, before you yell at them, before you tell them everything why they shouldn't do that because you went through a bad childhood or whatever it is, take a step back. Hopefully you can leave the situation. That's the best outcome if you can kind of remove yourself from the situation. If you can't, just witness it. Try not to say anything, only because once you start saying stuff, they will react because they don't understand this. And also they're a mirror to your thoughts. So they're going to probably confirm your fears and it's not going to get you anywhere and it's probably going to make things worse. This happened to me early on in my current relationship. Something happened that was really got me. It got me right in my core. And at the time, I was like, that's it. That's terrible. What he's done is the worst thing ever. My mind went into that craziness. And fortunately, we separated, we parted ways. And before I could express my annoyance. And so that was good because it would have come out if we'd stayed in the same spot actually. And it was just luck that, he went home, I went home. And I was really, really triggered and I got in the shower, started crying. And then I was like, why does this keep happening to me? And I had a moment where I realized this isn't that big a deal. It actually wasn't a big deal at all. Actually, it was way overreacting. And I was like, oh, whoa. And I even said to myself, he is not responsible for your insecurities. Okay, so I realized in that moment, I was reacting from something else, nothing to do with him. And what happened was actually, if I had told him I was really upset because this happened, he would have just been like, okay, bye. Because it was really early in our relationship. So I think he probably would have been like, psycho. It's draining. It's draining being responsible for someone's insecurities all the time. You have to be able to be an adult and sort out your own insecurities on your own. I know it's really hard. And I know we always feel like a partner should help us with this, but no, they're not our therapist. They're not. And with the law of assumption, everyone is a mirror. So whatever you're getting triggered by, whatever they're doing, even if it is legitimately legitimately bad, our thoughts have created it, okay? Not to blame, there's no blame here, but our thoughts have created our 3D reality. So we have to, again, take a step back and just think, okay, what's this about? What have I been thinking? What have I let my mind wander into that I am getting this in the 3D? So if you haven't gotten that far yet, that's okay, but just try not to react when something happens within your relationship or when you're dating, especially early on. You want to keep the crazy under wraps for a bit longer if you can. No, you really do, and it's ongoing within the relationship. No one is responsible for your insecurities. There's something you have to work on for yourself. You can't expect anyone else to save you from your childhood. And I know a lot of therapists and I know a lot of healers and coaches and everything else say, bring it up, talk to them about it. Well, that's never helped. That's never helped. You know what's helped? Going in, having some time to myself, taking the time and remembering that you can think another story. What is the story you're thinking of them? What is the story? What is the negative story that you're thinking of them? Is it that they're a player or they're, never going to commit, or what is it? We can change that, and then you see the reflection come back in a different way. But it's a lot easier to change your thoughts about them and to experiment with this when you haven't gone crazy because something has triggered you. So if you can even if you need to take some time and say, oh, look, I just feel a bit funny, can I just take some space? That's okay. I think that is better than sending the long text or really oversharing. I did this in a relationship. I really overshared. I'm like, I'm insecure because of this and my childhood. And he was just like at the start, he didn't say whoa, but it just got draining for him. He didn't understand it. He didn't get it. He just heard, in his mind, you're doing everything wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And then how do you go back from that? It's really hard to repair from that place. And we are the only people in control of ourselves, so it would be really nice to be able to say, no, but they should do this. Okay, well, ask them to do it. Has that helped you? Is this why you're watching this video? This helped me. This has made my relationship so pleasant. Things come up. Things do come up. But even the conflicts aren't full-on blow-ups. They're just conflicts. They're just normal things within a relationship, and they get resolved and we move forward. So try not to let your triggers overtake you. I can talk on this again in another video, but I'll leave it there for now. Please subscribe, please put a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.